one of the secrets to achieving maximum yield in agriculture, in farming entirely, is by maximizing every single space in our plot. Now, when planting your crops, you need to know that there are crops that need a lot of space, while other crops can do with little space. All they need in the soil is a holding medium and also a space that they can be able to feed properly. And maize happens to fall under this category. When you are growing maize, the maize don't so much need space within the soil region. Just a space of 20 to 30 centimeter is okay. That is the intra from one plant stand to the other. 20 to 30 centimeter is okay. And there are crops like the tuber crops like yam, let's say cassava. When you plant one stand here, you will give a lot of space, because as the plant is developing, it will need more space to develop the tubers. So what I intend to do today is to show you how to maximize every space in your plot to grow your plant. So I want to teach you how to know plant population. In fact, the secret to achieving maximum yield is by having a lot of population. Now, we are going to cite this with a hectare. You need to know that 1 hectare is equal to what? Is equal to 10,000 meters square. Now, 1 acre is equal to approximately 4,000 meters square. Now, at the end of it, you will discover that in 1 hectare, you will have approximately 2.5 acre. Are we together? Now, and then you will also know that 1 meter is equal to 100 centimeter. We need to put this in place so that whatever calculation I'm doing, you will understand with me. Now, I'm going to show you how to calculate this plant population in 2 forms. The first one will be the normal formula that, a lot of us who are familiar with formulas, we can play around with formulas, can go with. Are we together? And then the other one, I will try to do the layman explanation or the calculation so that we can all go together. We will say that our plant population, which is PP, is going to be the area in question divided by the spacing. I'm growing a maize in 1 hectare. And then, now, we will say that in 1 hectare, I have what? I have 10,000 meters square. Are we together? And then the spacing, let's say I'm going to do the intra-row spacing. I'm going with what? 25 centimeter. And then the inter-row, from one row to the other, is 70 centimeter. Now, this will give me what? 10,000 meters square divided by what? 0.25 times what? 0.70. Now, I've converted this to what? Meter square. This meter square will cancel the meter square here. Are we together? At the end of it, I will have what? 57,140 something plants. Are we together? Now, this is the first method you can use to get your plant population. The second method that you can use is that, supposing this is my plot, and we say it's 70, and we say it's, 1 hectare is 100 meters by 100 meters. Are we together? So I will say 100 divided by 70 for me to get the number of rows. Then I will say number of rows will be equal to 100 meters divided by 0.7 meters. I've converted the 70 centimeter to meters. At the end of it, I will have 142 point something, which is approximately 143 rows. Are we together? Then, number of plant per row. Now, we've established that we have 143 rows. And in each of the row, you are going to give space of what? A space of 25 centimeter. And then if the length is 100, then we'll say what? 100 meters divided by what? The spacing for the row is 0.25 meters. Meters will cancel meters. At the end of it, we have 400 plants per row. So if I want to know my plant population, what am I going to do? I will say plant population is equal to rows times plant per row, which is equal to what? How many rows do we have? 143 times the number of plant per row is 400. At the end of it, you will have 57,200 plants. Now, you see, if you maximize your space very well, given the space of 25 centimeters per row and the rows are 70 centimeters apart, you will end up having up to 57 plant stands. Now, just imagine that each of the plant is giving you 2 cups. Then you are going to multiply 57,200 by 2. At the end of it, you have more than 100,000 cups. Imagine you thresh this 100,000 cup. That is how you will have good yield at the end of the season. But if someone decided that he's going to give a space of 50 centimeters, you are opening your leg more than 50 centimeters per plant stand. At the end of it, you won't have more than 20 or 30,000 plant stand. And if you didn't use good seed, you will miss a lot. So I'm just trying to do this video so that you will know that, it is important for you to reduce the plant spacing, because most of these crops we grow don't really require too much space like that. All your maize need in the soil is just a holding medium, something that can hold it in place. And also, if the maize need food, need nutrient, it will just grow from the soil. Aside from that, you don't need so much space. This 25 centimeters is enough for it to trap all the required energy it will trap from the sun, to draw all the carbon dioxide it will draw, and so on. So I'm just hoping that this video will help you to know, first, how to calculate plant population, and secondly, to know that utilizing every space in your field is very, very important. So I'm going to stop here, and then we will revert back and continue with our fertilizer application for different crops.